So we're going to go to our first exercise. This again, as I mentioned, very good for the spine, for upper back, lower back, because we've been sitting, working from home a lot lately. So this has a wringing, twisting, sort of spiraling action that is going to help the spine and also the internal organs, particularly the digestive functions. But also we'll have the sort of shifting of weight. So this particular exercise, very simple, you're not going to be moving your feet at all. So very easy for anyone to do. You don't have to have Tai Chi training or any other sort of Qigong or martial arts training. But also this particular foundation exercise, which is a dancehall movement from the, or single movement training, movement training from the Tongbei system. This is also a very good exercise to incorporate as part of your Tai Chi or Qigong or other martial arts training, because it's excellent for teaching you how to transition the weight without using a sort of shift from side to side, foot to foot to change the weight. So it's also a very useful exercise to incorporate into your Tai Chi training, for example. Okay, so let's get started. So feet, this one, we can be a little bit wider than hip width apart, okay? So feet parallel, toes turning inwards slightly, as sort of normal for most sort of Qigong exercises that you'll be working through. This particular one, we're going to start, I'll show you the feet first, and then we'll add the arm movements in afterwards. This is something that you really need to think about first for the transition of weight. So when we're transitioning our weight, we're not shifting our feet at all, and we're not sort of rocking from side to side. What we want to do is you want to twist and turn, sort of spiral through the hips. And we want to, if you see, think of your inguinal fold here, you want to sort of fold your dantian into this inguinal fold and then drop the weight through the standing leg, okay? So you let your knees bend, don't have your knees straight, let your knees bend. Imagine you're still being suspended from above, so don't sort of slump down, but get this kind of spiral action. The loose leg, if you like, the unweighted leg, as it were, still make sure the knees are bent in this leg. Just relax that leg, but keep connected to the earth. But you don't want to just push your weight into your hip. You want to spiral through the hip. So you should be able to just lift up the opposing leg. If you have to sort of shift across to lift up the leg, then you hadn't turned and spiraled through the hip enough to transition the weight from one side to another. So that's why this exercise is so good for learning how to shift and transition weight correctly without using the feet to do so. It's using the spine and hips. So we're going to be transitioning from side to side in this manner through our hips, okay? So make sure you drop the weight through the hips, but you're still suspended from above, okay? So that's the leg and hip movement. So this is where you're getting a very good strong turn through the lower abdominal area. So as I said, very good for the digestive organs, okay? And if you're sitting for long periods of time, you probably also have felt, kind of bloated, getting a little bit constipated. So there's also a very good massage for those internal organs. So that's for the lower body. With our arms, very simple. I'll show you from the side first. Arms are going to be about just above shoulder height. Both palms are going to face the same direction. So when we transition, both palms remain facing in the same direction, okay? And if you notice, I'll do from this side as well, fingertips are pointing straight forwards or straight back, rear hand slightly higher than the front hand. Okay? And we try to have one line. So this one line between the front and the rear hands. Okay? So if we put that together from the front like this, we're going to shift our weight to the left leg, the right hand is in front. Shift the weight and spiral through to the other leg. Now the left hand is in front, rear hand behind. Make sure eyes and nose are in line with the front hand. Draw the elbow down to pull the hand downwards, and same for the rear hand is being powered forwards now. Shift the weight. So you're getting this real wringing action as if you were the same that you would get if you were wringing out a wet towel. So this kind of wringing action through the spine like this is what we're trying to emulate. So intention looking all the way through the front, intention also to the rear. So imagine you're being sort of pulled apart from front and back. And you can check your weight. If you can just pick up that opposite leg, okay, good. If you sort of are here and you have to shift across further, pick up the weight, pick up the leg, then you know you haven't shifted the weight far enough. So I'll just say this in Chinese. 那么这个动作就是一个单槽的动作，从同背拳的单槽。那么这个动作很好，是有点像有一个毛巾，你把这个毛巾，比如说多有水吧，你把这个毛巾拧一下，去把这个水出去。所以我们要把我们的腰、颈椎、腰椎，把它拧一下，就是像螺旋的。那这个动作也是非常好，是把我们的腰、颈椎、腰椎。还有我们胯都让它们拧一下，但是这个也会对我们的内脏也有帮助，特别是我们的消化内脏，因为这个动作都是让你在里边都要拧一下，拧一下，把这个不好的水出去，新鲜的水收进来，所以这个对我们的身体也很有帮助。但是这个总要两个手、两个掌一个方向。闭着眼睛跟前手在一个方向，后手稍微高一点，但是要对把，手要对把，好吧？但是这个要交叉的，比如说我重心在左脚，我右手在前面；我重心在右脚，那么我左手在前面，好吧？这个重心要移过去。那么是不是你的重心移过去够不够？如果说你到这里来，你能不能就把这个脚拿出来了？那么重心移过去够了。如果你还到这里，还是要再移过去拿出来，你重心还没移过去，还不够移过去。所以这个是帮助你在太极拳或者其他拳怎么去把重心移过去，也是一种方法去锻炼这个换重心的方法。呼吸自然，不要注意呼吸怎么配合动作，就呼吸自然。So breathing should also be very natural. There's no specific breathing for this exercise. So we do 20 each side. 我们说20下啊。So one is left, right is one movement. Make sure your intention goes straight forwards. Out as far as you can see in front. 你的意往前啊，这个意思，这个肾往前，但是你不要忘记后面，就是左右前后上下都一起在练。屈根挺筋，气沉丹田，不要忘记。So although we're moving left, right, spiraling left, right. Don't forget, we're still suspended from above and let the energy drop down through to the dantian. So we have left, right, up, down, forward, back movements all joining together. I hope you're counting. Use the elbow to draw the hand backwards and help also to power the rear hand forwards. So in the Tongbei system, this is also learning how to strike. And this gives you a kind of a shearing action, like scissors. Keep the shoulders down. 肩膀要放松啊，不要抬起来走。肩膀啊，肩膀不能抬起来。One final check to make sure you're doing it correctly. In your neck, should also have the neck cords should be visible. That means you have spiraled sufficiently. Okay, one more. 还有一个啊，
最后一个啊。
Okay. So when you come back to standing, just relax a moment. Should feel nice and warm inside, that you've really sort of energized your spine, your legs, and the internal organs, and feeling quite good. So this is something you can practice, you know, throughout the day, just to kind of loosen up when you've been sitting, maybe working from home. So I hope you will enjoy it, and we'll show the next 2 exercises soon.